Right, guys, we've got here a mullet, right, which is a her, a 5-pointed star with a pierced centre, right, mole, a row of a spur, right, and that's under tawny, right, there's no owl there, right, so that's also that, right, and that, right. Anyway, you've got the moles, right, the 7 moles, okay, 7, right, so you've got no muller particularly, right. But the first mole is to heat, sweeten, and spice wine and ale, right? So that's 1/7. The next one is a thin Indian muslin, right? So it's a muslin cloth, a mull. And the next 7 is a muddle, to bungle, to mismanage. And the next 7, Scottish headland, focus. Scottish headland or promontory as Mull of Galloway, okay? So, and Mully, a snout, right? So the snout, yeah, you got 4 7s over you, right? And this mull to grind with a pestle in a mortar, a slab on which a chemist grinds drugs. So that's powder to moler, right? To grind. So what's moler? ER, right? Is there an E and a lom, right? So, and then mull, you've got the VT and the VI of that in the US to muse upon, to cogitate, right? So that is uncertain, right? So, that is need to be redefined because we don't call it that in England, right? And this is the English part of the dictionary, right? So we don't use those words. And mull here is to mull milk, and the milk gets mulled by a muller here in England. So I don't know why all that is in the dictionary as that, when here I think I don't know, snuff box made of horn, right? You see that one? I forget. I missed that one. So Shiva, look at that. Snuff box made of horn, talking about milk, and see where that goes, right? Right. So then all this about mud, right? So then there's mud here, right? And all this mud, and then you've got mucus above mud, right? And all that's got a sack there, look, with a ch, right? And US is land, real estate, right? Right. Person's memory, right? Was what? You know. So this is all spelt. And you've got a mudlark, which is no lark, and no skipper, right? A fish with red eyes. We're going to say mud sill, right? Well, where is the mud sill? Where's the true mud sill then, right? Mud volcano, right? A heap of mud, not a volcano, right? So are you lying about a volcano? It's just a heap of mud, just a termite mound, right? Are you lying, right? And a muddy, right? So, and then muda, we got a tree here, right? So we got a bark of a silk, right? Silky fiber. So we got that, which is mandarin. So mandarin. So look at the orange on the mandarin, right? It may be connected to that muddle, right? So that might be a muddle on a mandarin, right? And then you've got this Turkish town or Egyptian province, right? A governor, a mudir, right? So murder could be linked to that. And then you've got muzin and muff, right? So that's a muffety. What's that? Is that connected to a T somewhere? And a mitten and a woolen cuff. So for cuffs and stuff like that. So that we don't use that word here, right? So I don't know why that is still working in the source of it, right? So why are these words still? We got this muffin business, right? And we know all about the disgusting code on that, right? And they've called it this muffin cap. So look at that. So that affects hats. Flat cap. So Peaky Blinders, is that right? For keeping the muffins hot by the fire. Is that Peaky Blinders? You start using salt and sugar on us, right? Muffin Man, right? So the Muffin Man, right? So find out more about the Muffin Man, okay? And the poems about the Muffin Man. So see what Mother Goose said about the Muffin Man, okay? Cheers.